guys, today I'm going to be creating this super ultraviolet look using the new Urban Decay Naked Ultraviolet palette. This is such an Urban Decay palette. I actually don't know why they've taken so long to launch this palette, because I just think this palette right here is basically Urban Decay. I'm going to swatch it for you first and then I'll show you how to create this look. And by the way, when I created this look, this is the first time I've ever used this palette. I kind of just didn't have a plan in mind, I was just going with it. I actually really like the look. I think it's turned out really nicely. It's kind of like quite summer, midsummer festival kind of a look. The first shade is Trippin'. So I have actually used this shade. I've used this shade in my inner corners to highlight. This is a really nice highlighting shade. Next we have Mind Slip, which is a nice kind of like nudie peach shade, which is nice to wear over the lids. I'm not wearing this today. Which is a really nice like peachy rose gold. You know I love those kind of shades. And this shade here, it's called Hacked. It's like a nice mid-brown neutral shade, and I actually started off with this shade in my crease. You can't see it now, but it's a nice like neutral blending shade when you're blending like normal colours together, or if you're blending like quite intense and like contrasting colours. Then there's this shade here, which I did consider using for this look, but I think it's better suited. It's called VR. It's better suited to like a more everyday tutorial. Then there's this one here, which is Lucid, which is a nice like iridescent highlight colour. I have got this right like in the bottom inner corners. Obviously I'm going to do some great close-up pictures for you of this look and of swatches on my Instagram and blog, so you can have a look. We've got this shade here, which I didn't actually use, but this is a matte. This is one of the very few mattes in this palette. It's a matte lilac shade. Then I've got Warning, which is basically what I've got on my lid. Really nice. It's like a pink. It's got a pink undertone to it. Let's just add a bit of that to the lids. Then we've got Cyberpunk, which is a true Urban Decay purple. Phoric, which is a shade that I used. Did I use this? I think I forgot to use this, you know, in this look, but this would be nice, I think, like to halo your, you know what, let's just do that now. Tap it on. This is like the shade that I would call like, it's like an ultraviolet, very iridescent, purpley violet. Then we've got this shade here, which is called Purple Dust, which is like a smoky, it's got a hint of blue, hint of blacky brown, and like a purple undertone to it. So I've used that to like define my eyes and kind of smoke out the corners as well. Really nice shade actually, and it's a nice shade to just kind of like wear by itself if you like want people to, if you want to add a pop of colour but you're not sure and you're too scared to add a pop of colour, that's a good one. Then I've got Digital, which I think is a really good name for this colour because it's like a shimmery dark brown black. So it's nice to like just define, and obviously if you want to go for like a full-on smoke, then you can. Okay, that's the shades. So you've got what, 1, 2, 3, 4. So you've got 4 matte shades in here, and the rest are all shimmers. They're really shimmery, and the fallout is literally like, there's hardly any fallout, which is great because I actually did a lot of my base first before I put the rest of my makeup on. Now let's go and create this look. Let's start off with some eyeshadow primer. So I'm using the Urban Decay primer potion because what else is there to use? I've actually never used this palette before. Okay, so I'm going to take this shade here called Hacked, which is like a nice mid-brown. So I'm going to just put that into the crease. This is a good kind of like in-between blending shade. I'm kind of building that up because obviously this is going to be quite an intense look. So blends so nicely. This is a really nice, just like everyday look shade as well. What shall we put on the lids? Right, I'm going to go ahead and take this shade here, Warning, and let's just go crazy. Okay, it's not too bad, not too intense. It's nice, we can build it up. So I'm just going to put that all over the lids. Quite nice, just tapping this on. just going to concentrate on the centre. I think on the outer corner here, we'll use something a little bit more darker. So it kind of highlights the middle of your eyes, like gives you that like halo effect. Right, so I'm just going to take some of this shade here, Cyberpunk, and I'm just going to tap it on to the outside, like just concentrating on the outer corner here. I'm not going into the crease, I'm just tapping it on. The warning, it's got more of a pink tone. Cyberpunk is kind of like a good true purple. Right, then I'm going to take two crease brushes. So I'm going to start with the one that's slightly dense. I'm going to take the shade Purple Dust and just see what that looks like if I just kind of start going into my crease ever so slightly, but just concentrating on that corner. This has got more of like a blue violet to it. So you can see the difference. I think this will be a nice one for under the lower lash line as well. Then I'm going to take my more fluffy brush and I'm going to take the shade at the end, Digital, which is like the darkest shade in the palette. I could not tell you what shade this is. It's not like black, it's just, I don't know, it's not brown, it's not black, it's kind of just like a good smoky shade. So I'm just using that to literally smoke everything out. I'm just going to add a little bit of liquid liner. I'm not going to do like a cat eye or a flick, I'm literally just going to define my lash line. And I'm just going to take a black liner and just line my waterline. Okay, so before I do the under eyes, I'm going to put on some concealer. I'm going to take my All Nighter concealer, but because I find this a little bit heavy for under my eyes now, it seems to crease a little bit. I'm just going to take a little bit of eye cream and mix it in with that so it's not so heavy, and then hopefully it won't crease. I'm just mixing that on the back of my hand. It doesn't do anything to the shade at all. It just makes it a little bit more lightweight. With this concealer, you literally only need a little bit, and I'm going to just do one eye at a time. I've already got it mixed on the back of my hand, I might as well just go. Usually I do use my fingers for this concealer, but let's just go with the beauty blender as we've used the eye cream and just tap tap tap, completely blending this, making sure it goes and covers everything. You see what a difference that's made, even to the eyes, like to the eye makeup. A brush and a little bit of the All Nighter powder and just set that concealer under my eyes. I'm just going to add a bit of blusher before we move on. I'm just literally using a really natural kind of blusher because I've got so much colour on the eyes. So now under the eyes, as you can see, obviously I haven't planned this at all, I'm literally just going for it. Right, let's take Purple Dust and smoke on the lower lash line, going underneath the lashes. So I've got kind of like a pencil brush here, and I'm just going underneath the lashes. That is a really nice shade. This is like a really nice shade because it's purple, but it's like a purpley blue, and it's not as dark as a navy. So if you wanted like a pop of colour, bit of blue, but not like a really bright cobalt blue, this is a nice one. Let's go crazy. Take this shade here, which is called Lucid, which is like an iridescent, light, greeny, whitey kind of, don't know, galaxy colour. I'm just going to go here in, like not right in the corner, but just close to the front, and that's kind of almost makes it look a bit, I don't know, mermaidy, turquoisey, aqua. We're going to take that shade Digital, and on my lower lash line, but from the top of my lashes, I'm just going to define the eyes on the outer corners. In the last step, I'm going to take this end shade here called Trippin', and I'm just going to highlight my inner corners, but not losing this like iridescent aqua colour here. corner and then going up. I'm not really taking this colour down. So we've got that like aqua colour. Then I'm just going to add some mascara, and I'm going to be using the new Lash Freak mascara. So I am going to be using this new Lash Freak mascara. It's supposed to be absolutely amazing. I have used it before and it was amazing. You can see like how angled this is. So it's not a bristle brush, it's a silicone brush. We'll do one eye at a time so you can really see the difference. And you see the length this is giving me. We've got one eye done. Can you see the difference? It literally looks like I'm wearing false eyelashes. The other eye now. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is just on the rest of my face. I actually forgot to add this all-nighter powder, but I'm just going to add it to kind of like my T-zone where like I'd normally get quite shiny. Then I'm just going to add a little bit of bronzer. To finish with a little bit of highlight, so I'm going to use this highlighter from the Naked in Shape Shifter palette. It's a really, really nice rose gold, and every time I use this, people always ask me what highlighter I'm using. You see, it just like really pops. I've got lipstick already. I'm just gonna top it up. So this is the Vice lipstick in Back Short. I'm going to add some of the all-nighter setting spray. So that is the complete look. Obviously it's quite an out there look. This palette is quite out there. I mean, it's like not your everyday palette. However, I am going to create another look which basically uses this end of the palette, which I feel like more my shade. I hope you like this tutorial. Comment below, let me know what you think of this palette if you like it. And I will see you guys very, very soon. Bye guys.